Top 10 Best High-End Wireless Speaker. Number 10. Macintosh Labs RS100. Macintosh are a Marmite brand for audiophiles. You either adore their relentless obsession with high-end sound and high-end price tags, or sneer at them for the same reasons. Believe it or not, the RS200 is one of their more affordable options, and if you're weighing up whether to buy any of the models from Dviolette, Dynaudio, or Bowers & Wilkins that feature on this list, it's worth considering the Macintosh 2. At 650 watts it's one of the most powerful speakers here, and the rich, punchy audio quality means that it competes with other similarly priced models. It's certainly never going to match something like the Naim Muso QB second generation for clarity or value, but then again, the Naim doesn't have those exquisite blue VU meters. The problem is, despite the high-end cachet, the Macintosh RS200 falters on sound quality. The most glaring downside is the bass, which feels overcooked and muddy, a surprising misstep for a company that prides itself on great sound. The less expensive Dviolette Gold. Number 9. KEF LSX Wireless Music System. The KEF LSX are the only speakers on this list, possibly the only speakers ever made that require vacuuming, with eye-catching fabric-covered housing and a range of colors. They are a little old now, and have been superseded by models like the LS50 Wireless 2s, which bring new materials and ideas to the table. But we still think they are worthy of checking out, especially if you are looking for a set of wireless speakers in this particular price range. The sleek design is matched by a luxurious sound quality that is bright and airy. We think the TUC speakers, above, sound better, and they are far more affordable than the LSX. But that doesn't mean the KEF speakers should be discounted. For one thing, they have full Wi-Fi streaming, which the Kanto speakers do not. In what is becoming something of a theme on this list, the app for the KEF LSX speakers is a problem. Perhaps we should say apps, plural. Not one but two apps are required for setup here, which is utterly absurd in our opinion. Number 8. Master and Dynamic MA 770. The Master and Dynamic MA 770 could have been the audio equivalent of jumping the shark. It is, after all, a speaker made of concrete. But by thinking outside the box and using unusual materials, the New York company did the impossible, hooking up with esteemed British designer Sir David Adjaye to create something truly special. The concrete composite may result in an enormously heavy speaker, 36.4 pounds, but it's also one that delivers far better audio than the price tag would suggest. In our opinion, it outstrips the similarly priced KEF LSX, and even gives the more expensive Dynaudio XEO10 a run for its money. Then again, you do have to be okay with the size and weight of the MA 770. It certainly isn't portable, and will resist being moved from room to room. There are also some surprising omissions, like a lack of Apple AirPlay. Ultimately, using the MA 770 isn't quite as pleasurable as using LESIC. Number 7. Dynaudio Music 5. One of the problems with single-box wireless speakers is that they sometimes struggle to deal with larger rooms, or rooms that are crowded, as might happen during a party. That's not a problem for the striking Dynaudio Music 5, which is the ideal speaker for rooms of over 250 square feet. It not only has a decent level of power, 250 watts out of 5 drivers, but also uses technology designed to cut through large spaces and lots of bodies. The Noise Adapt and Room Adapt features work together to optimize the sound for any environment, which is something that other similarly priced speakers cannot boast. Even the more expensive KEF-LS-X, which allows some level of audio customization, don't go as deep as this. It also helps that the Dynaudio Music 5 has one of the few wireless music apps that we don't want to delete immediately. What is puzzling is that there is no Spotify Connect or Apple AirPlay 2, which can make using the Music 5 a slightly frustrating experience if you happen to rely on those. In our opinion, however, it remains a good alternative. Number 6. KEF LS50 Wireless 2. The second version of KEF's best-selling LS50 wireless speakers makes some significant improvements. The internals have been completely redesigned, and the speakers now use what the company calls metamaterial absorption technology, MAT, which is designed to reduce distortion to almost inaudible levels. The result is superb, and as a bonus, the LS50 Wireless 2 dispenses with the multiple apps that were required to set up its predecessor. Using these wireless bookshelf models now is a breeze, and as a result, we think they are among the best stereo wireless speakers around. That said, in our opinion the biggest downside here is the cost, which is substantial. It becomes even more of a problem when you consider that the LS50 Wireless 2 arguably outperforms sonically by less expensive models like the $1,600 Dynaudio ZO10s. This is particularly true with Bluetooth, where the ZO10s perform much better. We still think that the LS50 Wireless 2s are among. Number 5. Devialet Gold Phantom. Were it not for the enormous price tag, which puts it out of reach for most people, the Devialet Gold Phantom would be the number one speaker here. It is one of those speakers that utterly redefines what you think about audio. In our opinion, it has the best bass of any full-range speaker we've ever heard. That's any speaker, not just wireless ones. The sound quality is stupendous, and the design, which prioritizes spectacle, is nothing short of magnificent. One of these will shake your house. Two of them working as a stereo pair, with those twin bass drivers visibly moving in and out, will destroy it. Then again, few of us will be able to afford a Devialet Gold Phantom. The enormous price tag really does put it out of reach. It's also slightly bizarre that the Gold Phantom is not room ready. Devialet's stereo amps are, but its wireless speakers are merely room tested. That means you'll need to use it as an AirPlay device, which is less than ideal. It also can't take. Number 4. Kanto Tuck. The Kanto Tuck, say, Tuck, look like a traditional pair of bookshelf speakers, but they have some secret weapons. They have a much wider range of inputs and outputs than single-box speakers like the Bowers and Wilkins Formation Wedge, and even include an optical input so you can use them both for home theater and hi-fi. Despite being Bluetooth only, the Tuck speakers offer decent sound quality, particularly in the highs. This is down to their use of air motion transformer tweeters to achieve this, unique among all the speakers here. You'll buy these if you want a traditional 2-speaker bookshelf setup, but don't want to compromise on wireless audio. In that category, the Tuck and the KEF-LS-X, below, are far and away the best options, although we prefer the Tuck's sound and usability to the LS-X. One of the issues that Kanto has had with its speakers in the past, and which sadly resurfaces here, is the volume control. Getting precise volume adjustments is almost impossible, which can make using the Tux frustrating. Number 3. Audio Pro Atom C10. Affordable high-end audio has mostly been the province of companies like Klipsch, Kanto, and Apple, but we think that Audio Pro represent where things are going. Their Atom C10 offers a compact, sleek wireless speaker with both Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. It delivers exceptional audio performance, and just about every feature you could possibly want in a wireless speaker, with the exception of Roon endpoint functionality, which is almost impossible to find at this price point. In our opinion, the Klipsch the 3.2, above, is a better and more affordable option. The sound quality, for one thing, is more powerful and engaging. But the Audio Pro Atom C10 is ideal if you want a speaker that looks a little more modern and offers full Wi-Fi streaming. The Audio Pro Atom C10 certainly isn't perfect. The big problem is the apps are frequently an Achilles heel for wireless audio companies. Even the top-ranked Naim Muso QB 2nd generation, above. Number 2. Klipsch the 3.2. We can't think of a wireless speaker that performs quite as well at such an affordable price tag. The Klipsch the 3.2 may have a clunky name, but it's a genuinely good Bluetooth speaker that offers surprisingly confident and punchy sound for the small size. In our opinion, it makes the identically priced Apple HomePod feel dowdy and boring. The design shows off details that are typical to Klipsch, clicky switches and huge knobs matched with a retro-style grille, making the 3.2 one of the most well-designed wireless speakers here. We think it's a better and more versatile option than more expensive models in this price range, like the Audio Pro Atom C10, below. There is, however, no Wi-Fi functionality. The Klipsch the 3.2 is Bluetooth only, there's no optical or USB connectivity, and it maxes out at 24-bit/192 kHz. As good as the sound is, those who desire high-end clarity may find it a little rough. Number 1. Naim Muso QB V2. We could write thousands of words about how good the Naim Muso QB 2nd generation is, but perhaps all we need to say is this: it ticks every single box we have for a truly great wireless speaker. In our opinion, the sound quality is good enough to challenge any stereo hi-fi system, delivering clean, balanced, detailed audio. There's a huge range of connectivity options. If you can think of a way to stream music wirelessly, you'll find it here. The design is stellar, too. From the subtle curves of the speaker grills to the enormous light-up volume knob on top, the Muso QB is as beautiful as it is effective. In our opinion, it blows other single-box speakers, like the Bowers and Wilkins Formation Wedge, out of the water. The biggest downside of the Naim Muso QB 2nd generation is the control app, which you will need to listen to Tidal, as well as music taken from digital inputs and servers. It's a little clunky to use, and we frequently encountered lag and freezes. It's also worth noting that the original Muso QB is significantly cheaper. If you're prepared to deal with less power, slightly less precise sound, and no remote, you can save yourself a couple of $100s. Naim also make a larger, rectangular version, simply called the Muso, but it's more expensive and arguably not worth it when its smaller sibling performs so well. The Muso QB really is that good. Check out the description for more information in latest price.